Hello and welcome to Trade Show Joe's video series. I'm Dan Riley and today we're going to be talking about replacement panels for pop-up structures. You probably have seen these types of things over the years, and we have the ability to create full color, beautiful replacement panels for pop-up structures. Trade Show Joe has been providing replacement graphic services for a large number of years, and over time we've seen just about everything you can see in the industry. We've seen varying types and materials of pop-up displays. We've seen systems come in from the United States and Canada and Sweden and France and China. We've learned what it takes to make a graphic panel fit an existing structure. And it may sound simple, but there's actually quite a bit of nuances and expertise required to do it right. We've learned that graphics vary in width commonly. None of the manufacturers want to allow for interchangeability of panels, so one wants to be unique from another one to another one. So although they're not all completely different, they're all just different enough so that one doesn't fit another frame to allow for interchangeability among consumers that use them. We learn about different types of stiffeners. Stiffeners are a black plastic piece that allows the graphic to lay flat or to contour into a pop-up structure configuration. We've learned how to notch these stiffeners so that they hang nicely at the top of a pop-up structure. And we've learned about magnets. Magnets normally come with an adhesive backing, and they come with a variety of different polarities, normally at least an A and a B magnets. One would typically work to attract a certain other type of metal. One would work well just for like magnet on steel, and so on and so forth. We've learned about stiffeners that run across the bottom. Some stiffeners across the bottom are exposed. Some are not exposed to give the graphic more rigidity as it hangs. We've learned about different print media, lamination processes, backings, and the like to be able to figure out what you need to be able to determine what type of graphic mural replacement panel would be required to fit on your existing hardware to make it look the way it's supposed to represent you well, no matter what brand of pop-up display you may have. We have the design expertise to help to ensure that your project turns out successfully. We can provide design services including logo placement, use of stock photography, use of colors and creative backgrounds to really bring your marketing message to life. Alternatively, we can work with the designer of your choosing. If you have an in-house designer or an ad agency, we have the knowledge that we can convey, including file formats, file sizes or specifications of the file itself, to be able to make sure that from a size perspective, a file format perspective, and a file type perspective, things are going to turn out well with the project when we take it to print to make your replacement graphic mural panels. We'll do everything in our power to make sure that the files that we work with are great and lend themselves to making your project a success. The one thing that I can tell you about pop-ups that we need to determine is some basic measurements. So this is a smaller tabletop system made by Nomadic, and part of the process is we have a large number of these pop-up frames here on hand to be able to study and determine what you have. Oftentimes a customer will either tell us a name brand, if they can determine that by looking at the system, the paperwork, the case, or they'll send us pictures where I can help to identify what it is. But ultimately we measure the width of the panel. This particular one measures 29 7/16. And we do have to take into account as we measure it, we've gotten good at this, that the system has a slight curvature, a concave curvature. These systems come in a straight as well as a curved configuration more commonly, so we have to take that into account. And then we also have to figure out and measure the height of these particular systems. And I can tell you that I know this system made by Nomadic well, that we make the panels for this particular system to be a total overall height of like 63 inches. So now we know the formula as far as the panels. We're going to design something that encompasses the width of a panel multiplied by multiple panels. This one happens to have 2, by the entire height of the structure. That's the basics of how we go about trying to determine what size of panels fit a specific pop-up framework. So this is an example of one of our pop-up replacement panels. This is obviously one that we've done for one of our own systems in-house, but in essence they're all the same, whether we do them for ourselves or for you. This particular one is a tabletop version, and what it is, it's a full color print that is covered by a UV protected, kind of a textured, kind of got like an orange peel texture covering, which helps to protect the graphic and give it some more rigidity. And then on the back of these, we use a PVC, a rollable PVC plastic that's adhered. These are either black or white, and they're adhered to the graphic itself. So we got 3 layers: a protective laminate, a full color print, which is on a film type material, and a PVC packing. In addition, we apply the magnets. This particular one is 1/2 inch adhesive magnet mounted all the way to the edge on each of the graphic panels. And we complete the panel by putting a black plastic stiffener, which is adhered to the top of the panel. It's notched, which we do by hand or with a punch, to the exact size, depth, and location. And then we finish by running either a concealed, which is what this one is, or a unconcealed, which hangs down below the panel, stiffener across the bottom. Again, the same type of plastic adhered to allow the panel to lay nicely as they join side by side by side across the framework. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video series dealing with replacement graphic mural panels for pop-ups. We invite you to call us toll free, direct chat with us, or email us. We look forward to hearing from you soon.